Hello students, in today's video we are going to continue with the topic ratio and proportion practice set 4.4. So let's just get started with it quickly. Ratio and proportion. Today we are going to learn one very important theorem, and that is theorem on equal ratios. So let's try and understand what is meant by theorem on equal ratios. If A upon B is equal to C upon D, then A upon B is equal to C upon D is equal to A plus C upon B plus D. This property is known as theorem on equal ratios. Now you are used to writing the proofs in geometry. There is a theorem given, you write given, you write to prove that, and then you write the proof. You are used to doing that in geometry, but in algebra you don't have much theorems. Very few theorems we get in algebra. So in theorem there is one part which is before then, if it is a if then statement. So this part which is before then is your given, it is what is given to you, and this part is what you are asked to prove. So here we are not going to learn the proof of it, but we are just trying to understand the property. So if this is given in the question, A upon B is equal to C upon D, that means if two ratios are equal, so we can consider two equal ratios, like let's say 2 upon 4 is equal to 3 upon 6. If you reduce these two ratios, you will find that their value is half. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. The value of this ratio is half. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So value of this ratio is also half. So both the ratios are equal to half. So both these ratios are equal ratios. So if the two ratios are equal, then what does the property say? If you add them, if you add the numerator of these and denominator of these, then what ratio you get, that also is equal. So let's see how. 2 plus 3 upon 4 plus 6. So you will see 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6 plus 4 is 10. So 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. So you can understand that this ratio, after adding also, what ratio we got is same. This ratio is equals to, also equals to half. We'll see many examples, many parts of this theorem for which it is true, and that is going to help us a lot in solving practice set 4.4. Consider the ratios 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6, 4 upon 8. All are equal because all have the same value half. All these ratios are equal because they all have the same value half. Adding numerator and adding denominator of these ratios we get, so this is what I showed you, 2 upon 4 plus 3 upon 6 plus 4 upon 8. Now see, we are not adding the fraction here. We are not adding the fractions. If you had to actually add the fraction, add them like a fraction, you have to make the denominator same and numerator, then whatever you are multiplying in the denominator, LCM, you have to take all that. No, it is not that way. Here, according to the property we are using, according to the property we are adding the numerator and we are adding the denominator. So we get 9 upon 18, which is again half. So that's equals to each of these ratios. Now subtracting the numerator and subtracting the denominator of these ratios. So in the theorem on equal ratio, you only see the sign plus, but it is true for minus also. So if you subtract them, the next two ratios you subtract, will get minus 3 minus 4 is minus 7. Minus 7 plus 2 is minus 5. Minus 6 minus 8 is minus 14. Minus 14 plus 4 is minus 10. I hope you know the rules. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. Again this is half, and minus minus becomes plus. Adding the first and the second numerator and subtracting with third numerator and doing the same operation with denominator. So let's see what we have done in this case. So first and the second numerator we have added, and the third one we have subtracted from it. In this case also, let's see, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 minus 4 is 1, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 minus 8 is 2. So this ratio is also equals to half. So in that case also it is true. Multiplying the second ratio by 2 by 2 and then doing the following operation. So you multiply numerator and denominator by the same number, then the ratio remains same. I hope you remember we had seen one sum in practice at 4.2, if we have not mistaken, I have not mistaken. A upon B is equal to AK upon BK. Use this property to solve the following. Like this the question was. So that time we have learnt one property of ratio, that for a ratio, if you multiply numerator and denominator by the same number, the value of the ratio remains unchanged, right? So here in this case, for the second ratio, we are multiplying. Second ratio was 3 upon 6. So we are multiplying numerator and denominator of the second ratio by the same number, that is 2. And then we are using theorem on equal ratios, that is we are adding them and subtracting them. Okay, adding and subtracting. So in theorem of equal ratio, although the sign shows only plus, you can do subtraction also, just remember that. And we are gone one more step further, that is we are multiplying numerator and denominator by the same number. Now in this case also we got the answer half only. Let's see how. See, 3 2s are 6, this is 2, plus this is 3 2s are 6, minus 4 upon this is 4, plus 6 2s are 12, minus 8. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So this is 4. Then 12 minus 8 is 6. Or 12 minus 4 we can do. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. 4 upon 8 is half. So here in this case also we get half. And let's see the fifth one. Multiply the first ratio by half, second by 3 upon, means 2 upon 2, 3 upon 3, different numbers. But numerator and denominator has to be multiplied with the same number. You realize that. Okay, first ratio by this number, second ratio by 3 upon 3, third ratio by 4 upon 4. And then using the theorem on equal ratio. That means adding the ratios or subtracting the ratios. So here see what have we done. We have multiplied the first ratio. First ratio was 2 upon 4. So we have multiplied that by 2 upon 2. Means both numerator and denominator by 2. Then here by 3. Here by 4. Okay. Then when you add or subtract that or use theorem on equal ratios on it, see what you get. This is 2 2s are 4. 3 3s are 9. 4 4s are 16. 4 2s are 8. 6 3s are 18. 8 4s are 32. Nine plus 4 13. Minus 16. 18 plus 8 26 minus 32. So this is 13 minus 16 is minus 3 upon 32 minus 26 minus 6 again. So minus 3 upon minus 6, minus minus becomes plus, equals to half. So this way also is true, and we see that theorem on equal ratios can be used in such 5 ways. So in order to solve the problems of practice set 4.4, we will use the theorem on equal ratios now. Now, like this kind of sum, if you remember, we have done it before using the property A upon B is equal to AK upon BK. Same thing we will do using theorem on equal ratios now. So let's see how we are going to do that. Always we start with what is given to us. Now we are not going to use that property, we are going to use theorem on equal ratios. Now this is what is given to us. X upon 7 is equal to y upon 3, and we have to find this 3x plus 5y. So I need 3 here, I need 3 there. See, x upon 7 is equal to y upon 3 is there. This is given to me. I need 3 here, 3x I need, so I will multiply by 3 and I will multiply denominator. I will have to multiply numerator and denominator of the first ratio by 3 and second ratio by 5. When I multiply here by 5, I will get 5y upon 3 into 5, or you write 5 into 3 like this. So I will get 3x upon 21 is equal to 5y upon 15. Now I will say, therefore, by theorem on equal ratios, what I can do? I can add these two numerator and I can add these two denominators. So by theorem on equal ratios, I will get 3x plus 5y upon 21 plus 15. I will get this. So by theorem on equal ratios, x upon 7 is equal to y upon 3 is equal to, what have we done? This is done directly actually, 3x plus 5y, and here 3 into 7. Here we have multiplied numerator and denominator and added. Okay, this is done all in one step. If you cannot follow, you can do it in step by step manner like how I showed earlier. So therefore 3x plus 5y upon 21 plus 15. 21 plus 15 is 36. So here we get, in the place of a blank, we get 36. Similarly, we'll do for this ratio 7x minus 9y. We will start from what is given. X upon 7 is equal to y upon 3. Now we will have to multiply this first ratio by 7, and here, since we multiply numerator by 7, denominator will also have to be multiplied by 7. Here we have 9, so multiply y by 9 because we want 9y. Since I multiply numerator by 9, I'll have to multiply denominator also by 9. Now I got 7x upon 49 is equal to 9y upon 27. Now we will say, by theorem on equal ratios, we have to subtract. So we will subtract both the ratios by theorem on equal ratios. 7x minus 9y upon 49 minus 27. Subtract and you will get the answer that has to be written there. Okay, 49 minus 27 is 22. So we get the answer 22 here and 36 here in the answer. In the end, while writing the final answer, write this full thing and just put a box for these two. This is how the answer should be given in the exam. Let's move to the next sum. This also exactly the similar way we have to do. A upon 3 is equal to B upon 4 is equal to C upon 7. Now what do we want? According to that, let's do it. A, we don't want to do any changes. B, we want minus 2 there. We want minus 2 there, right? A upon 3. Let me leave little spaces in the middle so that I can put multiplication if any. B upon 4 is equal to C upon 7. This is what the ratio is given. We always start with what is given. Now first ratio, there is only A, there is no change. Second ratio, we need minus 2. So multiply here by minus 2, and denominator also we have to multiply by minus 2. This side 3c is there. So multiply numerator by 3 and denominator also we will have to multiply by 3. So we will get A upon 3 is equal to minus 2b upon 4 to the 8 minus 8, 3c upon 21. Okay, 3c upon 21. Now A minus 2b plus 3c, A minus 2b plus 3c, just add them by theorem on equal ratios. So we'll get A minus 2b plus 3c by theorem on equal ratios upon, so we are 3 we are going to add that. Here we have multiplied numerator and denominator by minus 2. If you would have multiplied by plus 2, then we would do adding by subtracting. Now we have, since we have done it with minus, we will just do adding, right? Minus 8 plus 21. So see, what do we get? 21 plus 3 is 24 minus 8. 24 minus 8 we have to do, and we will get the answer that is to be written here. So let's see, what do we get there? This is given 4 to the 8. This is 21. 21 plus 3 is 24. 24 minus 8 is 16. So we get the answer 16 over here. Let's do the next part. Next part, check here. This is 3. Now here numerator is not given, denominator is given. So accordingly we have to multiply. 6 is there and here 3 is there. 3 2s are 6. So here this 3 is multiplied by 2. Wait, let me do it down only. This is what is given. A upon 3 is equal to B upon 4 is equal to C upon 7. Always start with what is given to us. Here we have 6. 3 2s are 6. So that means this is multiplied by 2. Then only it became 6, right? So multiply here also by 2. Then here we have 8. Multiply by minus 2. And then we can add. If you multiply by 2, you have to subtract. Multiply by minus 2. Then we have 14. That means this is also multiplied by 2. 7 2s are 14. So in the numerator, what do we get? 2a minus 2b plus 2c upon 6 minus 8 plus 14. Let's see how we do that. 2a minus 2b plus 2c. So depending on how the question is, we have to use the theorem on equal ratios. Now let's proceed to the next sum. 5m minus n is equal to 3m plus 4n. Then find the values of the following expressions. This is like component or dividend or sums which we have done in the previous exercise. It's like that. Find the values of the following ratios. It's like that. Now what we are given is this. Now in order to find the value of this ratio, we need what is m upon n. So using what is given, we are going to first find what is m upon n. Rearrange the terms and we will get the value of m upon n. Bring like terms together. Bring 3m here and take that n that side. So that is 5m minus 3n is equal to 4n plus n. So that's 2m is equal to 5m minus 3n is 2m and this is 5n. Now I will bring this n is multiplied here, it will come down, it will become division. So that will become m upon n. This 2 will go that side and it will become division. It's 5 upon 2. So I will get m upon n is equal to 5 upon 2. This is the ratio I got. Now this ratio I will be using everywhere in order to find out the other ratios. Now I need m square and n square. So I will say squaring both sides. We know this already, right? Squaring both sides. So I will get 25 upon 4. Next, plus minus is there, means this is componendo dividendo. So by componendo dividendo we will get numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. So this side also 25 plus 4, 25 minus 4. So I get the value of this ratio 29 upon 21. Then next this ratio is given. Let's see, m upon n is equal to 5 upon 2. We will use that in order to get the answer of the other ratio. Now here we need 3m and 4n. So we will have to multiply this by 3m and denominator by 4n. So multiplying both sides by 3 upon 4 we will see 3 upon 4. Multiplying both sides by 3 upon 4 we will get 3m upon 4n is equal to 15 upon 8. Now componendo dividendo, since plus minus is there. By componendo dividendo we will get now 3m plus 4n upon 3m minus 4n is equal to 14 plus 8 upon 14 minus 8. So 3m plus 4n upon 3m minus 4n is equal to 23 upon 7. Let's proceed. Now this particular sum we will need to use theorem on equal ratios actually. If a into y plus z is equal to b into z plus x is equal to c into x plus y, and out of a, b, c, no two of them are equal, then show that y upon z upon a into b minus c is equal to z upon x upon b into c minus a is equal to x upon y, x minus y upon c into a minus b. So this is what is given to us and we are asked to prove this. So how do we do that? Let's see. Start with what is given to us. This is what is given. A into y plus z is equal to b into z plus x is equal to c into x plus y. This is what is given. Now, to prove that, what we have to use, what we have to do. Here we only have numerator and here we have a ratio. We have numerator and denominator both. Okay. So, in order to get a numerator and denominator, we say dividing both sides by ABC. We do this arrangement, dividing both sides by ABC. So when we divide both sides of this ratio by ABC, what do we get? This A and A will get cut, this B and B will get cut, this C and C will get cut, and we are left with this ratio, y plus z upon b upon c, z plus x upon this, and x plus y upon this. We are left with this. Now we will be using this ratio, these three ratios, and we have to arrive at this. So looking at what is asked in the question, we will go on using the theorem on equal ratios. Now look here, this we will keep in front of us every time. First check first ratio. In the first ratio, look at the denominator. If you open that, you will notice that it is AB minus AC, AB minus AC. So that means in the denominator of the first ratio, we want AB minus AC. So here we will do AB minus AC. So we will subtract these two ratios, subtract second ratio from the third ratio we will do. And that we can do, we have seen already by theorem on equal ratios. If we add the ratios, if we subtract the ratios, ratios means how we do it, we subtract the numerator and denominator like that. Still the value of the ratio remains unchanged, this we know. Okay, so we will use theorem on equal ratios now. And since we want AB minus AC, we will subtract these two ratios, AB minus AC we will do. So we will assume this let value. Now earlier when we learned theorem on equal ratios, value of each ratio was half that time. Some number it is, right? So here we assume value of each ratio is some value K. So let's see how we do it. So we keep this in front of our eyes that we want this, and we are going to start from this. We have assumed this to be K. So as I told you, first we are going to do AB minus AC. So by theorem on equal ratios, each ratio K is equal to AB minus AC we do. When you do AB minus AC, numerator also you have to subtract. So x plus y minus z plus x we will get. Now we open the brackets, x plus y minus z minus x. So this x minus x gets cut and we will be getting y minus z AB minus AC, that is y minus z AB minus AC. First ratio we already got it, right? Now next see what we want, BC minus AB, BC minus AB. So we will do, this is BC and AB, we will do BC minus AB now. Similarly by theorem on equal ratios, each ratio K is equal to BC minus AB. BC is this. Now what is on top of BC? Y plus Z. So we wrote that Y plus Z there. And what is on top of AB? X plus Y minus X plus Y we wrote there. Now open the brackets. Y plus Z minus, open the brackets, and ratios will become minus X minus Y. Y minus Y will get cut. So we will get Z minus X upon B, take B common, in the bracket C minus A. So we got the second ratio also. Similarly we will get the third ratio also. Similarly by theorem on equal ratios again, see what we want in the next one. C into A minus B. So that is AC minus BC. AC is this. AC minus BC. So similarly by theorem on equal ratios now, AC minus BC we have to do. Each ratio K is AC minus BC. Now what is on top of AC is Z plus X here minus Y plus Z. So we are subtracting the denominator, we have to subtract the numerator in the similar way. Now we will open the bracket, this will become minus Y minus Z. Now here Z minus Z will get cut. We will be left with X minus Y upon C into A minus B. We have taken it common already. Now from 1, 2 and 3, see all these ratios, they are equal to some constant K. So that means all these three ratios are equal. So we will say from 1, 2 and 3, we get Y minus Z upon A B minus C is equal to Z minus X upon B C minus A is equal to X minus Y upon C A minus B. Hope so this was understood. Now we'll move on to the next sum. which also uses theorem on equal ratios only, but that is comparatively simple. If x upon 3x minus y minus z is equal to y upon 3y minus z minus x is equal to z upon 3z minus x minus y, and x plus y plus z is not equals to 0, then show that the value of each ratio is equal to 1. Now here we will just add all the ratios by theorem on equal ratios and see whether value of each ratio is coming equals to 1. We first assume all the ratios to be equals to k, have some constant value k, because they are all equal ratios, right? So they will have some equal value, we assume. So by theorem on equal ratios, each ratio is equal to, we add them all up, x plus y plus z, and in the denominator also we add the denominator. Okay, now see the like terms, bring the like terms together. This is 3x, x, x. Now minus x will become minus 2x. 3x minus 2x will become x. Similarly, y, 3y minus y. Minus y will become minus 2y. Minus 2y plus 3y will become y. 3y minus 2y will become y. And we have minus z, minus 2z plus 3z. 3z minus 2z is z. So in the denominator we are going to have x plus y plus z. So here I have brought the like terms together and we subtract. That time what we are left with is x plus y plus z. Now they are similar terms, so we can cancel them, but we can only cancel them because it is given in the question that x plus y plus z is not 0. If it was 0, we could not divide, because division by 0 is not allowed. The answer is coming infinity in that case, right? So we will say this ones are this ones are this, and the answer is equals to 1, right? So we got k is equal to 1, and we have to give the reason here, x, since x plus y plus z is not equals to 0. Hope so far the theorem on equal ratios was clear to you, students. You will have to practice this very much because this concept is new to you. You have not learned this before. Thank you so much once again. We'll see the remaining sums in the next video.